Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. I'm standing outside today. It's a gorgeous fall day, and you can see the world is changing behind me. A couple of months ago, all of these bushes and trees behind me were bright green, and a couple of months from now, they'll all be completely bare. It'll just be brown branches. This week, we're reading the story of Noah, and Noah is at once a story of destruction and also a story of creation. So last week, we learned about the creation of the world in Genesis. This week, Noah and the great flood, and we learned about the destruction of the world. But what we don't always spend much time on is what is created in its place. And so as all of these leaves are falling, and we see the sort of the destruction of the greenery, there's also something that's being created. There's a whole new world that's coming about. The question is, what are we focusing on? What are we looking at, and what is our emphasis? Are we recognizing what's going away, or are we recognizing what's going to be coming and what's possible? Yes, we're going to have a little bit of white stuff between now and the next time we have bright green leaves. But a whole new world is coming. And are we going to be like Noah and be righteous and embrace that new world? Or are we going to pull back and remember only the destruction? This becomes an interesting challenge for us. We can look forward with what's possible, or we can look back at what once was. And I believe our tradition teaches us to not do one or the other entirely, but rather to do both. To look back and see what was, to learn from that, but then to always look forward as well. Keep sort of one eye focused on the future and what can yet be. This is one of the little secrets that's kept our people alive, that we don't forget our past, and we use our past to guide us in the future. I hope you'll join us this Shabbat. Services will be at 6 o'clock. We have Tat Shabbat at 5 o'clock, and we have a congregational Shabbat dinner, Italian, this week, that begins just after services, so please get your reservations into the temple as soon as possible. Saturday morning services are at 11, preceded by Torah study at 10. And Sunday morning, religious school is in full session. Our sisterhood is going to be gathering to bake challah in the kitchen, which should be a lot of fun. Challah baking is always a wonderful activity, and there's a deep spiritual side to it that I hope you'll have a chance to explore and be a part of. Next week, all the usual classes, lots of things going on at the temple. But for now, I wish you a Shabbat and a week of both looking back and looking ahead, of recognizing the brilliance of these moments of transition, moments where we're sort of between two worlds, moments where we can still see the remnants of what was, the colored leaves that are now falling off, and we can see what will come again. The branches will come again with the buds, and the new bright green will emerge, and something new and glorious can develop. We need to remember both, that we are constantly looking back and looking forward, and that with that shared vision, that combined vision, we can live as fully as possible. Shabbat Shalom for now. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.